I'm not worried, you're worried. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to part number 3 of club number 3 of the MyCareer save here with Football Manager, where we are currently the manager of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And in today's video, we are going to be playing just the one game. But it's the biggest game arguably so far because it's our first opportunity at a big boy trophy. It is for the Carabao Cup final against Manchester City. Like I said previously, I'm not worried, you're worried. And if you're excited to see whether we can lift that piece of silverware against one of the most successful teams in modern times, then don't forget to leave a like on the video for me, leave a subscribe as well, and send your prayers to this really nervous person right here. So yeah, that's that out of the way. Since you were last with us, I mean, not a lot's happened because obviously we realised we had this cup final coming up. As you can see, cup final is here. Last game we played on camera is there. It's literally only been the one game against Man City, which by the way was at the Molineux, and we got a draw in the last minute after going down to 10 men as well. So I chalk that up as a massive, massive victory, even though it's not technically a victory. It leaves us in 11th place, which is obviously fantastic to see. I mean, yeah, we're kind of making that place our own. We've actually got a game in hand on Spurs, who are in 10th. There's a realistic chance, depending on what the goal swing is in the next game that we have, and how things go for them in the next couple of games, there's a realistic chance we could overtake them at some point. But we're thinking ahead. We're not about the league today. It's all about the EFL Cup final. Now, our route to the EFL Cup. Let's have a quick look at it. I'm just curious, because obviously we have not played all of that route. This was partially us, partially our predecessor, effectively. So let's have a look. So we joined the journey around here at Bristol City. So before that, they'd beaten West Ham and Brentford, beaten 2 Premier League teams, despite their league woes, as well as Leeds as well, who are a Premier League team, but they were bottom the last time I checked. Bristol City, then we came in at that point. We then managed to get 1-1 in the semi-final, and then a very, very late 2-0 win at the second leg of that semi-final against Liverpool, which leads us to now. Manchester City, on the other hand, if we have a look at their schedule, they started their journey. My word, they've got a lot of competitions. They started their journey over here. Preston, 2-0. Quite an easy start. Followed by Swansea, 3-0. In the nicest way, another easy start. Then Chelsea knocked Chelsea out on penalties. Lost against Nottingham Forest in the first leg of the semi-final, but then overwhelmed them in the second leg. They've not had it all their own way, and we did just get a draw against them in the league. So on neutral ground, the question is, how are we going to fare? Well, this is the 11 that we're going to be using, and it has got a couple of issues. Issue number 1, I did not double-check Kalasic, because he is absolutely not fit. So do you know what? Fabio Silva's going on the bench. We are missing 2 players. Roberts is the one that we didn't know about, because he's just picked up too many yellow cards. But Andre's the one we did know about. Huge miss from that last game, getting a second yellow card and getting sent off. It does mean that we are a little bit lacking in midfield. However, we did have to adapt in that game to get that result. So if we have to adapt again, we will do. But we're going to start with the formation that has been doing well for us in the last few games, this 4-3-3. When we went down to 10 men, we actually did a 4, 2 defensive midfielders, 2 attacking midfielders, 1 striker. And that seemed really, it worked in what we wanted to do. So if we need to go to that, we'll do some kind of variance on it. But this is the 11 we're going to be using. It is going to be Samba in goal, Sugawara, Yute, Hughes and Tavares in defence, Doyle, Fernandez and Darvic in the middle, with Rolheiser, Gomez and Frigan as the attacking tridents up front. Fernandez is into the midfield. Good opportunity for him because we also do have Beatis's cup tiredness, which is annoying. Also starting Hughes because he's actually done a really good job for us this season, and then the second that Adarabioyo and Yute came back, I've just kind of forgotten about him. He's one of our own. We should be giving him some game time. I mean, I probably shouldn't be starting him in the Carabao Cup final just because I need to give him game time, but well, you know, I'm here, so I've done it. It's happening. No time like the present. Cup final o'clock. Here we come. I am pretty sure, you bear with me on this one, I'm pretty sure we're going to get thumped. I'm no expert, but I'm not hopeful is the way I'm going to go for it. But we're here for a day out. We've eased the pressure on the players. We've kind of made them as aware as possible. I've got no expectations on them winning this. What I want is just the experience of a final to help us if we're lucky enough to get into this position again. But secretly, I want to win it because I'm very competitive and I really, really, really do want us to win our first major big boy trophy in this save. But if we don't, it's not the end of the world. I am expecting us to get slightly overwhelmed by Man City. By slightly, I mean kind of entirely. Like smothered. I'm expecting us to get completely smothered by them. They know Wembley very well, Manchester City, and I'm expecting them to kind of show us that with prejudice is what I will say. Oh my word. Oh my word. We don't need to be doing defensive things. Man City are dangerous enough to the point where we don't need to be doing that. We don't need to be doing that. We don't need to be doing silliness. We just need to be defending properly. None of this passing about malarkey. Just clear, simple passes. Get it out. But we didn't do that, obviously, which is a bit annoying. It's all them so far, which is a little bit depressing. But again, it's kind of what we expected. I'm hoping that maybe we can just get a counter punch in at some point. I mean, if I feel like it's completely overwhelmed, I'll switch to the other tactic and just see whether we can make a dent in them that way. Although I might need to tweak some of the actual tactic instructions. The shape is what we used in the last game, but I did tweak the actual tactics within it as well, and I probably would need to do that too. Right, Rollheiser just walks into Angelo there, and here's Erling Haaland, and that is 1-0. Kind of knew that was coming, although it could be offside. The referee is going to have a quick sneaky look at it. Is it going to be offside? No. Why would it be? Why would it be? Man City 1, Wolves 0, 22. Oh, door opens. Always fun. Close that again. Always fun. Erling Haaland doing Erling Haaland things. I did say it's probably going to be a bit of a massacre. They have utterly destroyed us. I thought that was going to be a penalty then. Oh, Doyle went the wrong way. Fernandez, nice idea for a quick pass. Doyle just was not alert to it. That's going to be 2-0, isn't it? Oh no, Erling Haaland, he's mortal. He's mortal. Right, it's going to be a very early tactical change. We are going to go to this. This is the tactic that I was on about. Obviously, with the other one, the middle one didn't exist because the middle one was effectively the sent-off man. But I'm just going to go for it. We're going to overlap. No, we're not going to overlap. There's no one to overlap to, is there? That's utterly ridiculous. We're not going to overlap at all. So we were high passing, high tempo. We were... Let me just go on to here. We were all of this. This was all fine. I think, and we just did a bit more pressing, and we were trapping them on the outside, which is pretty much what we're doing at the moment. Anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else on this page. Yeah, we were early crossing as well. So the fullbacks, if they got the ball, were just whipping it, just trying to get it in as quickly as possible. Right, okay. So one problem is I don't actually have enough defensive midfielders to do this tactic now. So that is a bit of an oversight on my part. So I'll tell you what we will do though. We will keep the shape, more or less, but move you there, we'll move you there. No, it doesn't work without the defensive midfielders. I need another defensive midfielder. I don't want to make a sub. Do you know what? I've just realised I can't do this yet because I need another defensive midfielder, which I am a little bit lacking in because of suspension and injury. So I'm going to abandon this change. We're going to stick with what we've got, but I am going to do the passing directness a little bit more. We're going to try and overlap a little bit. I'm going to play out of defence off because they're just going to keep wrecking us. I'm going to try and play it through the middle and then look for the guys on the wings to try and get them. And yeah, we'll press a little bit more as well. That'll have to do for the time being. And then I'll work out what to do with the tactic if we want to try and change the shape. We've had a shot now, which is good. Very happy with the fact that we've had a shot. But I'm not very happy with... Well, again, it's not that I'm not very happy. Just, you hope, don't you? You hope that maybe you just might get a lucky shot, which is what we did get in the league game against them, the game before this one. Oh, my word. We've got an actual attack. Right, oh, my God, that's the worst drawing you've ever seen. Darvic did really well to get the ball back, though. Tavares, back to Darvic. Darvic! We've got a corner. That's all we need. It's a moment of utter madness from one of our players, and Darvic has delivered there to win us a set piece. Gomez, who had the corner, which got the equaliser in the last game. Darvic, he's not the guy you want on it. Where was Ute? Where was Ute? Ute would have been perfect on that. Great opportunity to end the half. We've got another corner here, though, Whipped in. Darvish flicks it on. Looking for someone. Can't find them, though. And now Rico Lewis on the ball in no man's land. Doyle does really well to get the ball here. Doyle, back to Sugawara. He's looking for Angel Gomez at the far post. Not really the person you want on it. Tavares whips it in. Looking for Rollheiser. Oh, man. We are bombing them at the end of this half. We've left it a bit late in this half, but I am so happy to see signs of life. That makes me feel a lot better. Colwill looks like he could be a bit of a loose thread maybe that we can pull on a little bit. But here come Man City, looking to make it 2-0. Looking to almost be like, oh, Ute. Oh, I've sung your praises. Oh, I've missed you when you've been on your international duty and you've just gone and done that in a cup final. Just when we're getting back into the game as well. Just when we're getting back into the game. On the brink of half-time. Oh, he's gone and Penenke'd it as well. Oh, that's just rubbing it in. Erling, you don't need to be doing that. All that hard work that the players have put in, and Ute has single-handedly just scuppered it completely. And he's Penenke'd it. That's sickening. That's utterly sickening. It's not even the fact that we're losing the game. It's the fact that the second goal happened in that manner. One of my best players, or at least who I consider to be one of my best players, goes and does that when we're getting back into the game. What do I even say to that? What do I even say? I'm going to say that one. Start hitting the target. Start with that and we can work our way up. Right. All of you. Not been good enough. Sugawara's been awful. Like, genuinely, possibly the worst performance he's ever had. Remember, he was like player of the month in Portugal the second he moved to us. The only two players who've covered themselves in any real credit so far is Tommy Doyle and Nuno Tavares. And the goalkeeper, actually. So we'll give them credit where it's due. Right, we need to do some tactical changes. We need to do something. Right. Well, Gomez, again, anonymous. He's coming off. I mean, I think you could have seen that one coming, to be fair. We'll put Fernandez in the middle. Rollheiser can go to one of the wide positions along with Darvic. Wide attacking midfield, obviously. Now, we can either bring on... Oh, we've got Matsusiwa. I forgot about him. Yeah, of course, Matsusiwa can come on. So he can come on. He can be the half-back role. We'll keep Doyle on, because Doyle, again, has been doing a half-decent job. They can kind of try and defend as best as they can. And then we've got these three who are going to try and support the striker. But again, everything we do now is going to be just trying to get the ball forward as best as possible. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to just play through the middle. And you know what? We're not going to play through the middle. And we're not going to play out defence either. We're just going to get the ball to the fullbacks and then just do what we can. We're just going to try. Hopefully, they'll just yeet the ball forward. I mean, Sugawara, I feel like, has to come off, though. He's had a really poor game. Hughes can come on. We'll change Hughes to a fullback. And Sugawara can come off for... I'll bring on Mapiu, because again, Mapiu wasn't really doing anything wrong, and then we kind of just dropped him the second that the other two came back, so we'll bring him on. I'm going to leave Ute on, because Ute's still got a lot of upside, but I am also going to change you back to a goalkeeper. Yeah, goalkeeper. And I think we go with something like that. Although I am going to change Nuno Tavares to a supporting wing-back, just because he bombing up and down. It's great, but maybe we don't need him to be doing it all of the time. Is a thought. Darvic gets to play as an attacking midfielder, which is actually his preferred position. He prefers to do that on support, which is what I'm asking him to do. I think that's the best we can hope for. And I think we just go for it. I think we literally just go for it. Two changes. Sugawara's off. Gomez is off. Poor performances from them. Not that the rest of the team are covering themselves in much glory. But let's just fire the boys up. It's 2 goals. It's doable. But as long as we show a bit of fight, I'm not that bothered about losing a cup final. Because, again, we've got the experience of going to Wembley. Tavares, what work he just did to get the ball there. Right, Darvic into Fernandez. Oh, don't you disallow it. Don't you disallow that glorious, glorious goal. We're back in it. We're back in it. 6-7 minutes after the half-time start, after the end of half-time. Right? I'm flummoxed by that I'm getting my words all mixed up. We've scored just after half time is the point I'm trying to make, and we now have a lifeline in the game. Tavares did the Lord's work. Darvic did really well as well. Found a great pass through to Fernandez, and that 3-man attacking midfield trio, because it's a trio. Of course it's a 3-man. You know what I mean. They did good work there is what I'm trying to say, and we have just thundered back into this game. It's now Manchester City's move. It's now Manchester City's move. And the question is, can we bully them into a mistake? Are they rattled enough that we can do that? Right, play a swarm around Haaland. Ute does really well there. Oh my word, it is literally ping pong. Haaland is there, 3-1, that's game over. That's game over. I was a bit worried about the first chance, but yeah, Erling Haaland gets the ball in the box. It's very unlikely he's not going to score. We did very well to initially deny it. Mapiu, I tell you what a great bit of defending he did. And Ute again, letting us down a little bit there, maybe you could argue. I'm going to demand more from the boys. I think we can still get another goal out of this with the way that we were playing. Rollheiser's been awful. He can come off. Brian Gill, let's give you a chance. I mean, you're not very good, but... Or do we bring someone else? I don't know who else I'd bring on. Do we go 2-striker? Do we actually go 2-striker against Manchester City? Do you know what? Let's just go 2-striker, shall we? Change you to what you were. And Silva. Barely given Fabio Silva a chance, but let's bring him on. And let's just see what happens. I mean, why not? Why not? Any other change we can make for freshness or for Dan Hughes probably should come off. Adarabioyo can come on for him. And Frigan probably should come off as well, but I mean, the only person I've got is Sonko. Do you know what? Fine, we'll bring Sonko on. Sure. Why not? Freshen everything up. Let's just see whether we can bloody their nose a little bit more. I'm really proud of the comeback that we have had. Right, Tavares with a free kick here, actually. He's looking to get it over the top to Sonko. Sonko doesn't even attempt to run. He's only just come on. He should be better than that. Oh, they're passing it very, very riskily. That was a highlight for nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was an absolutely pointless highlight. Right. Come on, boys. 3-2 would be a really, really nice score, but I'll take 3-1. We bloodied their nose a little bit. We gave them something to think about. That's going into another gear for a moment. We can be really proud of that cup final. I can't take the credit for the whole journey again because the first 3 games were nothing to do with me, but we did have to get past Liverpool in a 2-legged tie, and we avoided defeat in either leg, which I'm very proud about. And there's nothing wrong with being beaten by Manchester City at Wembley. Especially with the unfortunateness of the second goal. That second goal, if that doesn't happen, who knows what happens. Because we were starting to come back into the game a little bit, and then we just got sucker punched. But we still came back in the second half. But ultimately their quality just shone through. And there is absolutely no shame in that whatsoever. Gutted as I may be, I am very proud of them. There were some poor performances out there though, and I was hopeful Angel Gomez might continue his half-decent return to form, but no luck, obviously. No luck at all. Well, no trophy, but again, a big cup final. There's a reason why Yusei probably wasn't doing very well. He's knackered, so we do need to rest him. Of course, we weren't using him for a while because he was on international duty, but that's just it. He was playing all that time, so we probably do need to give him a bit of a rest. We've got Rotherham coming up. We'll probably do it in that game, and then he'll be back for the run-in against some of the bigger teams. Speaking of which, when will we be back? Well, I'm going to keep an eye on the FA Cup, because obviously, if we do quite well in the FA Cup, we want to come back for that. So we'll keep half an eye on that. We'll probably come back... There's nothing happening in March, which is a little bit weird. So I'm thinking maybe we'll come back for... Is there a way to squeeze the Charlton game into it? Because that would be quite fun. It's fallen at the wrong point, really, of the season. No, we won't try and force that. I'm going to keep an eye on the FA Cup. If we get past Rotherham, which I suspect we will, I'm assuming FA Cup will happen around here, somewhere in this little gap here. If it does, we'll come back for whatever game that is. and then Spurs at the Molineux. I feel like that could be a fun game. By the way, in the last episode, this had been completely messed up by something. All of a sudden, it's back again because you couldn't see the formations. Now you can see all of the formations that I've used and like gone back and forth with over different periods, and you can see where we settled on the 4-3-3. But again, 4-2-3-1, you can see the success that had. That was the first one that we properly did use. So, you know, you can see everything that we've done. Anyway, I'm rambling. That is going to be it for today's video. We'll be back for Spurs and possibly maybe an FA Cup game. And then we'll see where things lie before the last kind of couple of games and the final running of the season, which hopefully will lead us to staying in mid-table so we don't anger the board, because, you know, I did kind of promise them. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed our attempts at winning the Carabao Cup today, then do not forget to leave a like on the video for me. And don't forget to leave a subscribe so you don't miss any of the content coming forward in the future. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.